Hey there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me in another episode for Ostriv Week. It's the 4th day of Ostriv Week and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. So let's get to it. Speed 3. Let's continue. Well, we have our 3 farms, they're working. It's already mid-October and we still need to do a lot of harvesting, so building a 4th is not needed right now. Do we need any of this? Not really. Although, no, we don't need iron yet. So let's just continue with that. And, well, so far our town is doing nicely. Almost 300 people, which is amazing. I really like that. And we have a long building queue, so let's make sure that we start to really build quite a few things out of it. Oh, here comes the granary. That's good. Then we can copy this list into that one. That should do a very good job. There it is. Let's copy. Perfect. There it is. Now, let's apply the hiring options everywhere. Let's apply this to everywhere. Yes. Alright. Well, they can now start to pick out everything and make these 3 have to walk a lot less. That's good. So we can distribute the food everywhere. Now, I know some of you think that I have some sort of a master plan for building this town, and I don't. So last time we started working on the clothing industry and we're going to continue with that, but I don't have clearly in my mind how I want to do that, etc. I just go along with the flow and with how I feel at the moment when I record an episode or whatever. So don't think there's some sort of a master plan, because there's not. I do enjoy myself a lot, of course, and have a lot of fun, but a lot of things just come to mind while I'm playing. And that's also why I sometimes forget things. So I might have just recorded the last episode 3 days ago and people responded to it and I just totally forgot about it when I record this. Or I've already recorded the next episode. It happens every now and then. So when you guys see an episode, it might be that I've already recorded the next 1 or 2 episodes. So when you give a comment and say, oh, you should do this, you should do that, which I highly appreciate, it might have been that I can't implement it in the next episode because I already recorded that. So hopefully you don't get mad about that. It's not that I'm not listening to you guys or that I don't want to implement those things. It's just, well, sometimes I've already recorded it, so I can't do it, and I will do it later. Well, this looks like a nice part of town. It's coming along nicely. We're getting another primary school now, which is important because we really want to educate our children. And we have quite a few children, so we should. How are we doing with drinking water? Because that's always a thing to keep in mind. Perhaps we should move these up a bit. Well, most of the materials are collected. I think it's time that we start working on another smithy. Because we really need more nails. And with more nails I mean faster production of nails. So let's get another smithy. Let's see, we should probably... It would be nice if we could place it here. We can, so let's just... Perhaps we should... No, that's not how it's going to work. We're going to place it like this in the street. Let's move it up because we really want to get those extra nails. Yeah, because they are not enough charcoal. Well, there is plenty of charcoal, so they should just go get it. We can use a laborer, of course. But yeah, this will mean that we get more nails this time. You have a few in store, so that's good. Here comes the primary school. Let's educate a few more kids. I'm going to do the smithy next. I think that's better. Well, it's done. Let's add a teacher. And there comes the kids. Perfect. 6, 7, 8. 2 more and it's full. Yep, there it is. Alright. Well, they will all get smart. And they should be working better when they get of age to start working. So that's why it's totally worth it. I do hope that mechanic is already in place because I'm not sure about that. But that would be very good. Alright, we get the smithy now, then a few houses. Yeah, so that's all working. We do have plenty of jobs available still, so it's also because of the temporary jobs that sometimes occur when these are empty or whatever, so that's a good thing. I think we should add a few of these at some place so that we have a little bit more available. Because with an extra smithy it might go really fast with the charcoal. Alright, we'll do it like this. Apply to all. Apply to all. So now these will get a lot of charcoal as well. Yeah, I think we can do with 4 at the moment, but maybe later on we will add a few. Well, fisheries are doing much, but that's to be expected. And we're racing through our building queue again. I really like that. Alright, this family is lacking clothing, so we need to start to produce clothing. Let's get to the tailor's workshop and the shoemaker's workshop. Now this is rather new. It's added in the last update that clothing and shoes will wear out and you really need to produce new ones. So I'm just hoping we can actually, because it will take some preparation. Oh, she moved out of the house, interesting. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. Villagers will probably leave if they don't have any more clothing. So we'll have to start setting these up as well to start selling clothing. Clothes and shoes, probably. And we have to do that at all granary sites. So we'll have to track them all down and add clothing and shoes. Now usually you don't find them in the granary, so that could be an issue. We have to set a warehouse up in a strategic place, but we can also just get laborers to rush the stuff to the marketplace. So it is set up that they can be supplied by cart. We can also set up the carter if we want to bring that stuff. So there's options enough. First we just need to set it up. Clothes and shoes. Now I don't think they need that many all the time, so that's a good thing. It's not that you need like 1,000 clothes each year at the moment, but they will wear off over time, which is interesting. Alright, once this house is done, they will start the tailor's workshop. And we should have the stuff for it to start produce clothing immediately. Here they go. Oh, that's very fast. Let's add workers to it. Only women, since we usually have plenty of those. No textile for cloth production. Well, we should have been getting textile. Yeah, there is. Alright, so they're producing clothes. That works. New families settling in our town. We should be able to add clothing to this now then. Or not. Yeah, they're waiting. Clothes, so we should be able... Yeah, there they are. Alright, we'll set it up for 1,000. Then, of course, the store owners can get it. Yeah, this family is moving out because they didn't get the clothing in time. Now, don't worry about that too much. That can just happen. New families will come in at a certain point. And now that we actually do get the clothes, things will be fine. Did we get extra nails? No, we already have quite enough in store now. We do need the iron, though, because we will be using a lot more with 2 of the smithies going now. Alright, village house. So, are they selling clothes yet? Well, probably not everywhere, but they should be selling clothes at some point. Yeah, see, these are selling clothes, so it just takes time to spread it out over town. This one is pretty central in town, so I don't see the need to move this one straight away. Can we get hennep? No. So that's the thing, we could be looking at an extra farm for hennep. Just to make sure, because we don't have that much hennep in stock. to keep cloth production going. Alright, we now got a shoemaker's workshop. Let's set it up to hire women as well. No leather for shoe production, but we should have leather. Oh, not yet. They're still creating it in the tannery, of course. Yeah, we got 2 batches running, so that's good. And we already set up... Yeah, let's set this one up for shoes. Oh, we can't yet because we don't have shoes. Yeah, later on we can. That's good. So that's the thing to start worrying about when you build your town. It's 9 years and already the first family moved out because their clothes wore out. Now, I think it takes up to 8 years or 9 years before they start worrying about that. So you do have some time, but there is a little clock ticking telling you to make sure that you get clothing in time. So start worrying about that. Alright, we have a chicken coop. So let's add people to it. Let's tell it to stock 500 of each. Wheat and buckwheat. So that they have plenty of food. And now it's time to just wait and buy chickens. We want hatchlings, of course. So they have plenty of time to gather all the resources. And then later on, they will get... we need to build a well with this because they need a lot of water. We have the other chicken coop. So as soon as we can, we'll buy chickens. They reproduce pretty fast, so that's good. Right, sowing is going on pretty quickly, so that's good. Still have plenty of food with our cows. We should probably slaughter a few. So yeah, this one is 1 year old, a 1 year old, a 1 year old, a 1 year old, a 1 year old. Oh, that's good. So I got asked why I don't use those bulls for plowing, etc. But plowing really isn't worth it if you use a 3 crop rotation system like I am. If you use a 5 crop rotation system, then you can really use cows because they raise the fertility of the soil. But we don't need it because we never run out of fertility. So that's why I don't use them yet. And plowing takes time, and that means less sowing time, so less grow time. And I want the maximum growth time. And of course we can use bulls to move the carts around, but don't really see the benefit of it. And of course you need to feed them, and that's not something I want to waste my time on right now. We might do that later on, because if our town gets bigger, we need to cross bigger distances, and having big carts pulled by oxes that can carry heavy loads can be very beneficial, but not at this time, so we won't be doing that. Right, this part of town is also taking shape. I really like the houses without the gardens. That looks cool. This area looks really cool as well. At least that's my opinion. Of course, feel free to give your opinion about my town. What things do you like? What things don't you like? Just leave a comment. I'll respond to it. And, well, perhaps we can change things up a bit later to accommodate what you like. Alright, they're clearing out this area, so soon we could be building a few houses there. Alright, live chickens, 20. That's a deal. We can get some hennep. That's a deal. Do we need any of the other stuff? Not yet. Do I want to sell anything? Maybe some buckwheat, but yeah, we have plenty of buckwheat. So let's pause a second so the messenger doesn't go away. I'll set up like 5,000 buckwheat for once, so not too many times. We'll just take in 5,000 for one time. There we can go. And then we can sell 1,000, and later on we can do that again. That's interesting. Yep, they're bringing it in, so that's good. Yeah, these people need shoes, but we need to finish the first batch of leather first. So, yeah, I kind of started this a bit too late. Clothing and shoes, but you can start it earlier if you want. Although, yeah, I should probably just get a little bit of warm clothing, just to be on the safe side. So people won't leave, because we don't have that yet. Should set that up as well. Warm clothing. It's all alphabetically, so let's do it like this. Let's set up warm clothing everywhere so they can gather it from the trade house as soon as it gets in. But that's a really good thing, to make sure that you have it on time so that they can buy it for winter. And of course we need to figure out how to make warm clothing, because these are just producing normal clothing. Oh, they can also produce warm clothing. We probably need flax for it. Broadcloth and tanned sheep skin. Alright. And we need sheep for that, I think. So perhaps it's time to start working towards sheep. And we have a good spot here to get a sheep farm going. Sheep produce... Alright, they produce wool and milk. Perfect. Never built a sheep farm before, so we'll see how that works, what they need. So we'll just build one. Then we can check it out. Very interesting. Really like to see that. Sheep is always also a new thing added later on. Why aren't these people buying food? There's plenty of it, or at least there should be plenty of it. Yes, there is. Alright. Well, perhaps we should also tell them to accept the carter to provide them with what they need. I think these carts are pretty busy though. There's food in the granary and they can buy honey and cabbage, etc. They're just not really doing it. And they don't have buckwheat. How can they not have buckwheat in there? We should have plenty of that. They have absolutely none. They have... Ah, there's 5,000 in here. Alright, well, let's remove that then. Just to spread it around. New family is settling in town while another is moving out. Alright, well, that's probably because of the shoes. We are starting to work on that, tanning until June. But we are creating shoes, so that's good. So we do have the basics now, which is shoes. And... Then we need to set up shoes here. So we'll set it up to 1,000 so that they can get it and then redistribute it to the stores. So we should now be able to sell shoes, which is fairly interesting. So they really worked on the production change. You really have to set those up. Which brings a whole new dimension, because up to now it was pretty easy to set everything up, but now it gets more complicated. Alright, we should probably focus on more housing again, since we are also working on more production things. We'll build a few houses with a garden right here. Let's just turn them around a bit. We'll leave a walking space there, so we'll just place these around the river in a convenient way. Like this. I want to build 3, yes. Just like this. Let's turn them around. That's 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So that's extra houses, and they need to take down a lot of trees for it, so that's going to take a bit of time. I think on this side I just want houses without a yard, so we can place a lot of housing here next to the river. And yeah, let's just turn it around. We don't really need a garden already. Let's do 4 like this. We can build the well in between. I'm going to build 2 anyway, because there's a lot of water needed. This shapes up this area, so we get extra housing there, which looks good. Going to build a few gazebos and bridges soon. We got the extra chicken coop. So what we can do is just copy this to the other one. So that's all set up. And as soon as they get their stuff, we can relocate a few chickens and hatchlings, and they can also start to produce stuff. Because these already have 20 chickens and 12 hatchlings, which is quite a lot. We get eggs from it. We also need to sell those. Is there anything that we're not really... No, so we probably need an extra market stall again at all our places to start selling the eggs. So let's do that. I'll just put in eggs. And then I'm not going to add someone to work it yet, because we'll do that later on. I'll show you how. For now we just need to build a extra market stall everywhere. Add eggs to it so they will distribute those. And then I'll show you how you can just add a lot of people in a fairly short amount of time. Alright, that's already taken, that spot, so we'll just place it across. That's not really an issue. Let's add some eggs to it. One more here. Here we can actually set it up like this, so let's do so. It will take a bit of time though, because you have to remove the trees. So let's move this one up, so they'll remove those trees first. So if you want to add a person to each one of them, just go to one you already have and then hit apply to all. So now all the new ones will get someone in there. And it'll be a female, so that's good. Alright, so now people can also start to buy eggs. Do they have the food in? Yes, they have, so that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them to get half the chickens and half the hatchlings they have and relocate them to this one. And now they can both just grow. Mission from the Kachi. Alright, we want the charcoal, we want the iron. Let's buy a bit of leather, because we can use it for shoes. Anything else? Not really at the moment. So this is all good. Alright, let's keep it like this. So now we got some good stuff. Alright, the market stall here is now ready as well, so let's set eggs to it. And we should probably do chicken meat as well, because we're going to get chicken meat too. So we'll have to visit them all again. Now that's something I would really wish to... I think they should create bigger market stalls so that you can have more products in one. I don't know why a market stall should be so small. And it's a lot of work if you have to visit them all the time to just set up a change. So it would be great if you could just get... Alright, did I get all 4 of them? I think so. Let's do this, so they all have the same settings, yes. So I think they should create marketplaces where you can like have like 10 products in or whatever, so you don't have to do all those settings all the time. Alright, they're already starting to harvest again. I think it's time to focus on another farm though. We might really need one. Even if just for the hennep, etc. So that could be a thing. Ooh, there's a lot of smoke there. But they are actually doing a good job creating shoes. We have a lot of shoes in store now. We have clothing in store, so apparently we do have enough. All we need to focus on now is winter clothing. Well, we did get... Did I already set up warm clothes? Yeah, we did. Alright, so that's good. They can all sell warm clothing as well now, so let's focus on that. Spread these out a bit to get the wells going. Should probably set a water well up here as well. Provide these with enough water. You really need enough water. We have plenty of firewood, so that works. Yeah, that's the maximum capacity, so that's good. Perhaps we should set up an extra warehouse again with some extra firewood, just to be on the safe side. We could do it here. I think I'm going to do that. So yeah, let's build another warehouse. Because we're going to need a lot of firewood when our village keeps growing. 350 people already. Interesting. So, let's zoom out. Where should we build another farm? We have farms here, so that's obviously working, but this area is also pretty full now. So we either have to get all the way here. Ooh, I measured it from the Kachi again, so let's make a few new deals. Interesting. Do we still have salt? Yeah. Still have lime? Yeah, so don't really worry about those at the moment. And the rest is all fine. So, We could also move a farm and put it somewhere here. There's of course a lot of trees to be cut down. But I think it'll be good to not have all the farms in the same area. So we could just try and build a farm in this area. Well, what we could do is start experimenting with fields. So we just add a field. So for instance, if we build the farm building somewhere here and we add the fields here, that could be a good thing. So let's just try it. How much space do we need? Well, we need quite a bit of space, I think. 50, 50, 50. Alright, how big should it get? It's too long, yeah, well. Alright. Well, this is 50, 50, 50, so this is a decent size field. I'm going to pause for a second because I don't want to start cutting down all those trees already while I'm not even sure that this is how I want it. Right, let's see, where's the beginning of the field? There. Alright. Let's set up another one. 50 units. Too long. Alright. 50 units. This is too long. So, I need to make it a bit shorter. Yeah, it's too long again. That's always the trouble with this. Alright. So now it's not nearly long enough. Fairly interesting. Alright, this is a good size. They need to remove 69 trees, which is a lot. Oh, that was the wrong button. Sorry. Now this is going to take extra time again. That really was just a mistake. Alright, 50, 50, 50. Perfect. Question is, should we add another one right here? And block off this whole area? Because that's basically what we'll be doing. But this is the end of the map anyway, so... Yeah, we're going to use that whole area for farming. At least that's my idea right now. So let's just set up another field. Try and make it a bit straight. Yeah, 50, 50, 50. 50, 50. Oh. I did click, but it didn't work. Alright, 50, 50, 50. Perfect. Let's get time going again. This looks like a nice setup for the fields. Let's start working on a farm here then. Set it up like this. Should give it water supply. And then we can add things like chicken coos, etc. again. And we are getting our first sheep building. Wow, nice. Oh, that looks cool so far. I'm really curious to see how it works. Alright, there's a problem with this field apparently. What is the problem with this field? Soil is exhausted. Well, it will get fallow next year, so that shouldn't be a problem, I believe. Ah, there's an issue here. Some sort of an issue. Alright, well I'll look into that later, but that happens every now and then. You can see here, these are all not connected as well, so... We'll have to see, but every now and then things just don't go according to what they should. So this is a wheat field and this is a wheat field, and that's not supposed to happen because they just need to continue. Now every now and then that happens when you open up the game and they mess up the order in which the fields are used, and I really hate that, but I don't know how to solve it, which is a problem of course. Alright, let's add workers to this. We need hay and water. Well, let's set that up then. And they can also use a fallow field, but we don't have a fallow field at the moment. Alright, well, at least it's been half an hour already, so it's a good time to end this episode, and then we can start working with the sheep and try to fix these issues later on. Ooh, we have somebody without money. There you go. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. And, well, I hope to see you in the next video in our Ostriv week. Thank you very much. Bye bye.